million. Let me check out that ring.
What's up, TMZ?
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
What's up, man?
TMZ Sports.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock. Our guy Mojo will be with us in just a few minutes, but we have got to start with this man right here. He's been a friend of the show for a very long time. UFC star, yes, because we know he is back. We spoke to Kevin a couple months ago when he signed his deal to come back to the UFC. Now, just days away, Kevin, from your return to the Octagon. My brother, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like $1 million, man. I'm feeling I'm ready. I'm prepared. You know, this is gonna be a tough fight. This dude's on a 19-fight win streak. Nobody ever heard of his name. He barely speaks any English, so it's a lot of pressure, and I'm ready to kind of meet that pressure with pressure.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you, hey, help me pronounce this guy's name because I'm struggling, Kev.
I just learned this week, I'm not gonna lie to you, is Hinat Fakhretdinov. He's tough. He's a little bit like Khamzat, a little bit, the guy that everybody's kind of afraid of, super aggressive. He just don't have that braggadocious, and he don't really speak out in the same ways. But for skill, he's up there.
How are you feeling just like mentally, emotionally as you get ready to return to the UFC? I'm sure when you left, you said, hey, I'm not going to be back there, but now here you are. It's about 2 years. Any nerves to get back in the Octagon? Obviously, you've been in there so many times. You've had such success, but any nerves?
Yeah, I got 18 fights in the UFC against some of the best in the world, against former world champions, current world champions, all that. And really, it's been 3 years since people have really seen me at the right level. So I'm not nervous. I'm excited to get back in there and show what I can do again. People really ain't seen me since I fought Charles Oliveira, and this is going to be kind of that reawakening for that. I was thinking, you know, like you said, I had to re-sign with the UFC. I was getting other offers from other promotions. I was getting other offers from other industries and stuff like that. With my brother being this new superstar that he is, offers were coming all over the board. But at the end of the day, I had to look at myself and say, I want to be the best fighter in the world. And the best fighters are in the UFC. Like, I love this sport. You know what I mean? I didn't want to turn it to boxing where we all over here, you over there, you over there. The best fight the best, and that's what I'm gonna do. But no matter what obstacles or what jumps I got to go through.
Yeah, that's what's always been best about the UFC is just that the best do fight the best. When you look at the division and specifically the top of the division with Leon, I mean, how do you match up against the absolute best of the best now, Kev, as you come back?
Yeah, that Leon fight I like. That Leon fight is something that I could definitely see in the future. He got certain things that he do that present problems, but with my wrestling, with my size, with my aggression and my head movement, you know, I don't really get hit a lot. So I feel like I can put up a hell of a fight against him. That's gonna be a good one. That's one that I'm going to. But I'm step at a time. This is my reemergence back into the UFC. This is me fighting in front of a whole new set of fans that might not have ever seen me fight. They might not have seen me fight Edson Barboza. They might not have seen me fight Gregor Gillespie. They might not have seen some of these fights that I've already had. So I'm taking it one step at a time. And it's going to start with this dude who's a prospect that a lot of people think are going to beat me. So once I turn him back, then I'm on to the next one. Then I'm on to top 10. Then I'm on to top 5. And then I'm on to Leon.
Kevin, I can't let you go without asking about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. These guys are... From everything we've been told, like this is a real thing that they are actually negotiating and that both guys are down to fight. As a UFC star, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you support it? Do you feel like it's disrespectful to MMA? I mean, where do you fall on what would be probably the biggest fight ever?
I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't just like
it.
I love it. I love it. You know, I got an offer to go and train with Zuckerberg.
Oh, really?
And he's legit. He's for real. Like, he's really into it. He's really, you know, going out there and competing. They say he put a hat on, the hoodie up and everything, walking out so nobody would bother him. Like, he for real. He a real man for that. So I give my respect to anybody willing to step into that cage, anybody willing to put their life on the line, because that's what they're doing. Especially when you talk about dudes like this that are super geniuses,
right? And
they're willing to put their brain and their life on the line. How could you not respect that? So, I really don't want to pick a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
I respect them both, love them both. If Zuckerberg asks me to train, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna train with him.
Hey, I would.
But then, to be honest with you, if Elon asks me the next week, I'm going over there too. I'm in Texas. I'm gonna train with him too. I just want to see both of them be healthy. Both of them push themselves. Both of them step in there and get the courage and show people. I think it'll be a great testament to people. They love it.
I do too, and it shows how big the sport's becoming. It's a monster now, and you've obviously one of the guys driving this thing. Kevin, thank you, brother, for your time. As always.
Zuckerberg is your fan. You say what? Zuckerberg, like the billionaire dude,
right?
What? That's crazy.
They're like it's like $350 billion combined, billion, and they want to fight each other in a cage fight.
Nuts. Awesome. Respect. Yeah.
Kevin, go get him. Thank you, brother, for your time. As always, we'll talk after this one.
Appreciate you, brother.
Coming up next on TMZ Sports, Adrian Peterson and Andre Johnson team up with a bunch of former and current NFL stars for a super intense game of dodgeball. The proceeds going to charity. I'll tell you what, you do not want to miss the final play of the game. Former NFL star taking one to the dome. We'll show it to you next. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, a couple likely future Hall of Famers, certainly Adrian Peterson, along with former stud wide receiver Andre Johnson and a bunch of other current and former NFL stars, Mojo, recently got together and they raised a whole bunch of money for charity. And while they did that, they also had some fun. So there was a big dodgeball game, and you had Adrian, Andre, Eric Reed, former star safety, was also involved. And thankfully, somebody was rolling their camera. These guys are great athletes, and they were firing these balls around. Unfortunately for Eric Reed, he found out the hard way. Watch this. So, Mojo, as you can see, there was a bunch of guys on the yellow team, not so much the red team. That is Eric Reed, and he gets eliminated, but to add insult to injury, he then gets pegged right in the face with the ball. It was for charity, though. Don't worry, it's all for charity.
Yeah, it's for charity. So getting rocked right in the face it's totally okay. This is acceptable behavior. There it is again. I love this.
I can keep watching that.
I'm so jealous. I love dodgeball. I really want to play a game of dodgeball. I think that needs to be the next TMZ company retreat, as we all have a massive dodgeball game. You and I on the same team, of course.
Oh, and do you know, it would just be everybody just pegging Harvey with the ball. But go on, Mojo. even his team, even his teammates.
Yeah, everyone just turns on him. That's pretty much what we were looking at here, right? Where was Eric Reed's support? It's supposed to be a team sport. It's down to him and what looks like the entire rest of the other team. And I'm going to tell you something, Babcock. He might have felt that dodgeball to the face. I mean, I don't know what kind of ball a professional dodgeball is. I don't know if they were playing by whatever league rules are here, but let's not forget these are professional athletes out there that are winging that ball. So he could have been sorted. I'm going to tell you, I remember throwing a house party one time years back at Rob Gronkowski's house, actually, and Jabba Chamberlain showed up. It was a St. Patty's Day party, and we had a water balloon fight. I remember Jabba picking off somebody from 40 yards away in the face with a water balloon, and the person just dropped to the ground, collapsed. It's actually hilarious because they're asking for it.
Jabba used to throw like near 100 miles an hour, if not 100 miles an hour. So, yeah, scary stuff. At the end of the day, though, they raise a lot of money, Mojo. Now, there was, after all of the violent dodgeball, there was a really cute moment involving a Major League Baseball star, his little baby Knox, and the future Hall of Famer Adrian Peterson. Look, there is Alex, that's Alex's wife, Reagan, and little baby Knox holding one of the dodgeballs, maybe the dodgeball that wrecked Eric Reed's head. I thought this was a really cute moment, Mojo. And we're going to get him in the game. Maybe not next year. A few years down the line, though. Knox Bregman, star of this dodgeball game.
We're looking at the next Tom Brady of professional dodgeball.
Mojo, it's funny you say that because I remember a couple years back, we had this great video of Tom Brady taking no prisoners in a dodgeball game. Look at him. That's his mom in the pink. Watch this. Oh, yeah, okay. She's throwing a little slow underhand throw. Watch this. Just throwing missiles out there, Mojo. So
he's getting his Ben Stiller on from Meet the Parents, just unnecessary over the top during the volleyball game. A lot of Ben Stiller references from dodgeball and Meet the Parents now, but hey, all applicable.
coming up next to TMZ Sports, Yankees pitcher Domingo Herman throws just the 24th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. And you will not believe the fan reaction from the Yankees faithful all the way in the Bay Area when Domingo and his Yankees teammates return to the team hotel. Pretty cool stuff. Next on TMZ Sports.
On the TMZ Celebrity Tour, we've seen huge stars. Ben Affleck, Rihanna, Kevin Hart, Mariah Carey, The Rock, Jamie Foxx. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood. Head to TMZTour.com or scan this QR code and book your tickets now.
Uri Ruiz stands in his way. Grounded to third. Donaldson has it. There it is! Perfection for Domingo Herman!
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, that was Yankees starting pitcher Domingo Herman making history, throwing what was the 24th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. There have been tens of thousands of games pitched, but again, that's only happened 24 times. It was the first perfect game in Major League Baseball since 2012, Mojo. It was the fourth in Yankees history. Domingo becomes just the first ever Dominican-born pitcher to throw a perfect game, and it's an incredible accomplishment. If people don't know, obviously, it's better, it's harder than a no-hitter because not only did he not allow any hits, but nobody got on base, no walks, no hit by pitches, nothing like that. It was absolutely a clean and a perfect game for Domingo. Now, after the game, the Yankees celebrated not just on the field, but also with the fans who, as you can imagine, were over the moon to see Domingo Herman get off of the bus with his teammates. Watch this.
Domingo, perfect game, buddy! Perfect game!
Perfect game! You're amazing!
Congratulations.
Perfect game, man. Congratulations.
We came from New York.
Came from New York, man.
This is he's been to the World Series twice. This has made our
Put the date on it.
this has made our
Good job,
trip. Thank you so much for everything. I want to cry right now. Thank you so much.
So much. I should have said they were playing the Athletics in Oakland. They weren't home, but the fans were pumped.
Yeah, I mean, look, 24 perfect games only in MLB history. The first in over a decade. I think I gotta say, even if I'm the home team, I think I'd have to root for the away team if we were on the verge of history like that. I mean, we already lost the game. We're already doing very poorly. At this point, we might as well get our money's worth somehow and see something that will go down in history forever, right? I mean, my goodness, that's so crazy. What an accomplishment, and a lot to be said about him.
Yeah.
That he stuck around to sign baseballs for fans afterwards. When players have the biggest moments of their career, they want to rush off and call their families, see their families, go out with friends, celebrate, party, be with the team. You got media, you got interviews, yada, 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 yada. But no, he's taking time out of his day to celebrate with the fans and support those who support him. And I think that's a very stand-up thing for him. Probably makes the moment a little more real for him, too, being able to share it with those that are super fans as well. But I got to say, Babcock, I was hoping for a little party footage. I want to know what Domingo did afterwards when he got home, what the celebration entailed, how many bottles were popped.
Well, you know what, Mojo? And Domingo doesn't have to pitch on Thursday, but the Yankees actually had a day game, so they didn't have much time to celebrate. They had to go to bed early because they had to be back at the ballpark relatively early on Thursday. So I am sure, though, that there was at least a beer or two that was drank in celebration. It's an incredible achievement. What's interesting, Mojo, and I could not agree more with you, it was so cool for him to sit there and sign for the fans. He didn't have to do that. This guy has gone through a lot. And look, you can certainly make the argument it's all his doing. But you go back to 2019, there was allegedly a violation of baseball's domestic violence policy. Domingo Herman got an 81-game suspension. 81 games is exactly half of a Major League Baseball season. Then you go back to earlier this year, Mojo. The umps, there it is. They believed that they had found a foreign substance, a sticky substance, on Domingo's glove. That gave him an advantage. Major League Baseball hit him with a 10-game suspension. So this guy has had a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles that he has had to overcome. He hasn't pitched great this year by and large. But again, Wednesday night, Domingo Herman, only the 24th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. It's a fantastic accomplishment. Coming up next in TMZ Sports, an NHL star has a Steve Harvey moment during the NHL draft. If you don't know what that means, stick with us, come back. You are about to find out. This is very funny stuff. Next on TMZ Sports.
TMZ has broken some of the biggest stories in pop culture for nearly 2 decades. Now TMZ documentaries continue to break new ground, digging far below the surface on stories that have captivated audiences, stories in the zeitgeist of pop culture. TMZ documentaries available on Hulu and Tubi.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, the NHL draft went down last night in Nashville, and there is an absolute phenom who was in this draft. Connor Bedard winds up with the Chicago Blackhawks. They have got themselves a great, great player, but not the story of the draft, Mojo, because there was a bit of a, let's call it a Steve Harvey. You'll know what I mean in a second. There's old Steve. Carey Price. Carey Price, of course, the very great goalie of the Montreal Canadiens. He's hurt now, but this guy's a stud. He's one of the best players in the entire league, one of the best goalies in the league, certainly. He was given the great honor of actually announcing the 5th overall pick, which actually happens to be the selection where he was taken 18 seasons ago, Mojo. So Carey Price grabs the mic. He's going to announce the new selection. The fans are excited. And then this happened.
Bonsoir. Le Canadiens de Montréal are proud to select David. We planned it that way. David Reinbacher.
He forgot the name. He forgot the name.
He Steve Harvey'd it. He blew it. Man, this announcement started bad and just got worse. This is a glorious moment, a life-defining moment, and he just started out with zero excitement, zero passion, zero energy, and then he forgot the name. Wow! Bad to worse right away. What are they going to do? Mojo, they're going to be...
Yeah, I know. That was funny. I thought that part was funny. How are they going to be teammates now? Is there an apology that's needed?
I mean, yes, there's an apology. You got to give the guy his moment. I don't mind the precedent it establishes on the team like, hey, look here, pal, you're coming in as the new kid on the block. I'm the star. I don't care who you are yet. You got to earn your name in the league. I don't care what your name meant till now, but come on. Let the guy enjoy his draft moment. I mean, you had yours, and now you're taking it away from this poor kid. Terrible. And I'm going to say, I don't think it was planned, Babcock. I've watched this video several times now, and I was trying to think, like, could this possibly have been a planned thing? Look, this guy is a horrible presenter, but unless he is a fantastic actor, this was a genuine mistake.
All right, Mojo, we're just about out of time. I've got to show you this, though, before we go. It's the catch that everybody on the internet is talking about right now. One of the greatest catches I've ever seen. Over the fence, Mojo, to save a 3-run home run. That guy right there is named Jack Porter. We are going to talk to him tomorrow. He's the outfielder on the Lima Locos, and his team won by 1 run. Thanks to that incredible catch. That puts the Willie Mays catch to absolute shame. Mojo, not just that, we will not only have Jack, but we are going to hear from the greatest competitive eater that has ever touched a hot dog. The man, the myth, the legend, Joey Jaws Chestnut, going to join us tomorrow, Mojo, just days before the famous Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest on Coney Island, New York. Cannot wait, Mojo. If that's not a great show, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's as good as it gets.
I mean, forget the catch for Jackie Boy. We're talking about a person who has mastered successfully the scorpion position, and we're getting the greatest athlete in the history of all athletes on the same show? Obviously, that'll make tomorrow the best show since today. I'm lightheaded.
I'm a lawyer.